It seems we are in similar situations. Perhaps it's time to send our respective guests home.
Not a chance. Do you take me for a fucking fool? Be warned. If anything happens to Eric, I'll let every manjack here have his way with this bitch, and I'll dice a Kabila into goulash meat.
Nobly spoken, your grace. For all I know, you may have done that already.
Divish, I'm sorry.
Greetings, friends. Fear not, Lord Toth is treating us like royalty.
They're unharmed, as you can see. But don't try any tricks, or they won't be for long, Hanush.
It seems your lord doesn't place any great value in you, boy.
Go to hell. I'm sorry. Looks like it's not going to be that easy.
Well, at least we know they're alive. I didn't expect much of it anyway.
We won't harm them as long as we have this fellow.
Well, friends, what do you suggest?
I'd say we have no choice but to attack.
It's a great risk, Robard, with Stephanie and Radzig inside.
I know how you feel, sir, but Toth is no fool. They are his last safeguard. He will do nothing to harm them until he is sure of victory.
Would you be saying that if it were your wife inside?
Your father?
Well, let me point out that we have no choice anyway. We don't have enough supplies to keep men here for weeks, while gangs of brigands and Sigismund's army roam the countryside. Toth won't agree to an exchange, and even if he did, we'd have to let him go. With all his men, he'd be a thorn in our sides till Judgment Day.
Sir, a message has arrived.
Well, what is it?
Margrave Jobst is approaching with his retinue and wants to speak with you.
Jobst, you say? All right.
What is he doing here?
Who's Jobst? Jobst of Luxembourg is cousin to King Wenceslaus and Sigismund. He's the Margrave of Moravia.
Only a year ago, he was collaborating with Sigismund in the League of Lords. He betrayed King Wenceslas and his ally Prokop. Now, he's changed sides, appointed himself the leader of the rebellion against Sigismund, and wants to liberate Wenceslas.
Whichever way the wind blows.
Nevertheless, it seems a decision is made for us. We don't want Jobst camping with us in front of our own castle like a band of gypsies.
I'm afraid you're right, Hanush. All right. We'll let the men rest a while, and then attack. Come to me when everything is ready.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Greetings.
Sir, I met the parish priest at Bougie.
I should say so. Have you ever seen him at swordplay? Rumor has it when he finished his studies at the university where his father sent him, he decided the religious life was aiming a lip, and he suddenly. But he's a fair man, and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest with a good.
What's the problem, sir?
The Archbishop's vicar has come to Uzhitz. I don't know why exactly, but the rumor is that he's on the hunt for heretics, which frankly...
What should I do about it?
Firstly, find out why he's really here. He might truly be on the hunt for heretics, which wouldn't be good news. Or it's equally possible he's here to size up my estate, which would be...
I understand.
The best thing for me and all concerned would be for him to...
And how can I...
No, of course not. But if you can make him believe there's nothing...
I understand.
Indeed. Good luck, lad.
I'll be careful.
Goodbye.
Alegría. Yan na toy. Sleeping toy. Your sleeping toy. Alegría. Yan ang putol.
What do you want here?
God save, Monsignor. My name's Henry.
And why is...
I'm to assist you in your search.
Oh, I see. How considerate of you. Well, you've come at the right time. I'm sure Sir Hanush told you what I'm doing.
He said you're looking...
Exactly. I'm seeking out the sores that inflict the body of the church. The rash of heretics. Voldenzi.
How can I...
Excellent. Let's get right to the point. I know how to get to where the heretics come from.
And what's stopping you from going?
That is to say, the crux of the matter is this. We caught a heretic in Gutenberg who told us of the heretics in Uzhitz. Regrettably, by the time he got around to describing their meeting place, he was already raving and hardly coherent.
I see. So do you know where they meet up?
Possibly. His account was confused, to say the least. I have a record somewhere here. Can you...
Naturally, Father. Otherwise, Sir Hanush wouldn't have sent...
I see. It's a good thing at least the servants of the nobility are getting a suitable education. Some of their own offspring can hardly... Here's the record of the interrogation. From what I can make, his description of the route starts at the local tavern. Once you've found something out...
I'll do my best, Father.
Well, that's good, because the last thing I need is one of these local good-for-nothings. I can't trust a single... And they don't trust me either. But you're an ordinary lad with a likable face. If a bit simple, you'll have a much better chance.
Flatter me.
Everyone is a suspect. You can be sure of that. We caught one in Gutenberg. He confessed to it.
And that was all he told?
By the end, all his strength had left him, so he couldn't even put together.
I'm guessing he didn't...
Of course not.
It's a wonder his strength deserted him in the executioner's clutches. It's a pity.
My lad, guard your tongue. It's unwise to question the ways of... Heretics are a conquer on the body of the church. Do you know what's to be done with such an ulcer? You take the hot iron to it and burn it out.
Who are these Valdensians? I've never...
Really? then you've either not been paying attention in church, or the parish priest in Rattay is too idle to read out the bishop. Both possibility. But to answer your...
I gathered that...
Look, boy.
Very well.
Oh, God be with you.
God, watch it. Take care.
The best of hell.
God save you.
Look out.
Mushrooms! Apples! Carrots! Cabbage!
God be with you.
Is there...
Indeed there is. I heard there's been quite a ruckus in Tomba. I couldn't tell you anything about it, though. Best talk to Nick.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Seems I've found it. A cross, nicely carved. Someone in the village might recognize it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm looking for the owner of this cross. Do you happen to know whose it is?
No, I don't. But why not ask the priest?
Thanks. I'll ask him.
God be with you.
I'm looking for the owner...
No, I don't. But why not ask the priest?
Thanks. I'll ask him.
God be with you.
What?
The village folk said you consecrate the crosses they
Need
keep
to
at
bite
home.
the face.
Indeed I do.
I was just wondering if you could remember who owns it.
I could, but I might not want to tell.
Why?
People said they saw you talking with a vicar. They're afraid that Sir Hanu sent you here to help.
That's not how it is.
And how is it?
Sir Hannah sent me to find out what he wants, and to get him out of here if possible.
Well, then we share the same interest. But I'd still prefer it to end with nobody burned at the stake.
You and me both.
That's good to hear. Where did you find the cross?
Let's do a deal. I'll tell you where I found it, and you tell me whose it is.
Very well.
I found it in the woods. It looked like people met there. There were other things, candles...
Damn it! That really does seem...
That the vicar is right to be looking here. Surprised me, too.
The cross is definitely the bowels. But that just can't be. I can't believe it. If they really are heretics, though...
What do you want to do?
I don't know. But I'll do anything in my power to prevent a heretic witch hunt taking hold here.
I see. Wouldn't make...
My thoughts exactly. But the question still remains what to do about it. The vicar won't give up till he's found what he wants. You know what, boy? Before we do anything else, we ought to make sure whether there really are heretics here.
What do you propose?
That's simple. Listen to how they say...
How can I listen to the...
Certainly not. In the church they pray the usual. But at home, I know they meet at the farm in the evening with all the domestics. They'll surely be praying there.
All right, but how can I listen in?
I don't know. Crouch beneath the window? Climb up in the loft? That way you'll be sure to hear everything said in the main room.
Right.
Papa, can you open this?
Can you open it? Open. You open it. It's already twisted.
Papi, tapi na. Ito, open.
Yeah, I told you.
I'm at your service.
May the Lord watch over you.
Take care.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Ah, I could try listening from here.
Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. They took old Wenzel to the presbytery today. His farm is nearby. It's only a matter of time
Before they come for me. I know.
And what are we going to do about it? That vicar is baying for blood, the beast. He will devour you alive.
I do not intend to do anything about it. I shall not waver from my faith, nor turn my back on it.
My dear, what on earth are you saying?
If they come for me, I will go quietly. And I will not lie.
Are you serious? Don't you know what they'll do to you?
I can well imagine. But I am resolved.
The Lord have mercy.
Do not fear. I surrender to God's will. And I do not condemn you if you decide to leave.
I'll stay by your side. Although I'd rather that you decided otherwise.
I know. And you have no fear, my brothers in Christ. Stay true to God's plan as I shall. Go and spread the true faith amongst all good folk.
I'm sorry, I wish there was another way.
You should eat your supper and depart right away. Who knows? When they come for us at dawn.
God save you.
So, I went to check on the Bower Farm.
Do tell.
They most certainly are heretics. At least as far as I can...
Are you sure? What did you hear?
Well, for a start, the evening prayers were led...
That is certainly unusual, but nothing...
That's not all. They're afraid the vicar will be coming after them.
Who wouldn't fear that? That swine finds fault with everyone.
Well, it's not like you'd have to try too hard. Mrs. Bauer plans to confess everything.
Confess what, exactly?
Most likely her faith. The people of the farm were trying to discourage that, but her mind's made up.
Oh, good lord, that's all I need.
I don't know, but we have to help them.
You're quite right. You have to talk them out of it, pal. You must convince them.
Me? What am I supposed
to? So who better? Do you think they'll listen to me? I'm a priest. You have to try at least. For their...
You're right. Someone has to.
I'm glad you see it that way. God be with you.
Huh?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What do you want? Get out of
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mistress Bauer,
What is it you need?
I've come to ask something of you.
Have you? And just who are...
That doesn't matter. The important thing is that I want to help you and your...
I admit that I'm a little confused. You've come to ask me something, but at the same time you want to help me.
I want to ask you not to confess to the vicar.
No, you sneak
Just
first.
take your husband and get out of here while there's still time.
I have no idea why you're so taken with my fate, or how you found out about my intentions. But I'll tell you one thing. Changing my mind is out of the question. I won't betray my faith, nor my brother's.
You speak of your brothers in Christ.
What of them? Most of them are idler.
Maybe they aren't folk after your own heart, but does that mean they aren't worthy of salvation?
I'm just describing, not judging them. That judgment does indeed...
But if you confess, all those people will be in danger. God knows how many of them will end up burned at the stake merely because of the vicar's dislike.
The vicar will be the one to send them to the flames, not I. Am I...
No, but you can prevent more sinning. Isn't that your mission?
You may be right, but I can't lie. It's...
You won't have to lie if you're never asked any questions. Just leave. You can preach elsewhere. I'm sure you have lots of friends who'd love to take you in.
But I don't want to run.
No one wants to run away, but sometimes we have no choice. If you run, your faith will live on. It must mean something.
You're right. I shouldn't give in so easily. I've just grown so weary of the endless persecution.
You should pack up and run away as soon as you can. The vicar might get here any minute.
Thank you.
Don't delay.
Goodbye.
I feel quite hungry.
God be with you.
I found them, Monsignor.
Pardon me?
I found the heretic.
Really? And who?
The Bauer family and their entire...
Well, I expect you to give me some evidence. In the last few days, I've been hearing how practically everyone here...
I found that place the captive heretic talked about, and I found a family. It took a bit of asking around, but I learned it belongs to the Bauers. And then all I had to do was go there and do a little spying.
What of it? What did you...
Nothing at all. The farm was deserted, not a living...
Ha! They fled. So...
What will you do, Monsignor?
It's not the first time the Devil's Spawn has fled from me. I'll do the same as always. Track... Don't worry, they won't get far. Farewell.
Good day.
Goodbye.
How's it going?
See you later.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you need?
About that...
See you later. Goodbye. Good luck then.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The Lord be...
It's all sorted out, sir. You've no need to worry about...
Excellent. I've heard some pretty wild rumors from Uzhitz.
Maybe this will surprise you, sir, but there really were heretics in Uzhit.
Are you telling me the vicar didn't come to stick his nose?
I don't know about that, but he definitely suspected there were heretics hereabouts, and he was right.
Christ. A man doesn't expect that sort of thing in his own fiefdom.
I...
Wrong? For fuck's sake, Henry, have you lost your mind?
They didn't look dangerous. In fact, except for a few small things, they didn't act in any way different from ordinary Christian folk.
Don't ever speak that way again. Well, I'm no master of fear, and whoever violates that unity is my enemy.
But what if we're united?
What exactly do you...
I understand that we have to stand...
Enough! I don't have the time for a philosophical debate with a blacksmith boy!
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's good that you ask questions, but now is not the right time. You do see that, don't you? To think if anyone else heard you talking... Better get out of my sight, man, and examine your conscience. May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah. 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 At your service, sir.
I'm about to give the order to bomb. And since it's mainly thanks to you that we still have a trebuchet, I think you...
I'll be delighted.
To smash my castle?
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean it like that.
There's nothing to it. The men will load the trebuchet. All you have to do is...
Well, I suppose I could manage that.
Then we'll bombard town. Sir Robard will explain what... See you later.
Load the trebuchet! God be with you. Take care.
Divish said...
Sir Divish.
Sir Divish said you tell me what happened.
Aye. We're going to watch Istvan shitting himself.
That's
for a few days at least. So if you have anything to attend to, now's the time. See you later.
Here we are besieging our own castle. With the help of God, we'll finish it this time and hang that devil from the battlements. I pray to God we do.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bombarding?
Is something the matter?
A few of them have taken to their heels. If they stop in Kuttenberg, I'll be glad enough. But I fear they may have other plans.
If those were the best of Istvan's men, they could be lurking in the woods. They'll probably wait to attack it.
My fear exactly. I won't breathe until Toth is hanging from the gate. But in the meantime, I'll be glad to know the wood's at my back.
Of course, Sir Robard.
That's not necessary. I trust you, Hal. You don't even have to do the killing. Just let me know where you find them, and that'll be that. There's no... Take care.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The hell was that?
That's him. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Why'd you ask?
I ask because I'm the gamekeeper here, and it's my job.
Well, I'm certainly not poking.
In that case, you won't mind if I have a look what you've got.
Certainly. No.
Oh.
What's the matter? Yeah. Nice. Fucker. What are you doing?
And that's that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you, lad. We failed. That serpent from Valdic gave us the slip. I should have known he'd have his fingers in it all.
Would you kill him?
Maybe. But before that, I'd throw him in the dungeon for a few years. See how much he enjoyed. Just thinking about it gets my goal. See you later.
I found all of that.
That's a relief. Now let's relieve our... That's how it...
Well, they're apt to wait till a man nip...
Because you know.
What do you think of Master Keith?
He definitely knows what he...
Do you think there's any truth?
I've never seen such weapons used, so I can't really judge.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bombarded? Take care.
Take care.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Istvan's a stubborn bastard. There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need, you won't have another chance until we've won the day.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on two fronts. The North Gate and the West Wall, which will scale with ladders. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
How are we going to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keyser claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
And what's the plan for attacking the West Wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall, which is no easy matter under fire. So as soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the West Wall, or our...
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
What about...
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Istvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room. Do you want to join the attack?
I'll help with the attack on the...
I'm proud of you, Henry. And as God is my witness, we will kick those horses.
A village lad and an old soldier? This man must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades, and don't go rushing in where... We have to take the castle gradually.
I'll remember that.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
Good luck, then.
Knocked them! And now from the south! We'll charge them from the rear!
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanush.
Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, you're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks his truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor!
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. Then, he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish!
Stephanie.
Forgive me, husband. I'm sorry.
For what?
For letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the back battlements. We have to see which way they go. Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What should I say to him?
Yeah.
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
Yeah.
The way you found this one.
Yeah.
There's no sign of them. Move on. I'm glad to see Ishvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
You alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing? Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Markvart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Don't go.
Oh, don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Finish it.
What the hell are you fooling about here for?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Ah, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergholf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts. And now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghof know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghof at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghof would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft the letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
I expect it would be best to write it in your name as Lord of Lipa.
Quite so, Margrave.
What exactly am I to write?
Good day. Can I ask? Thank you.
God be with you.
So, what do you think of Margrave Jobst, Bernard?
From what I've heard about him, I wouldn't trust him if he told me rain was wet.
I feel the same. It's never wise to trust a man who's turned his coat more than once.
Exactly. And I don't buy that business with Prokop. He double-crossed his own brother, and the rest is just his cover-up.
On the other hand, if anyone has a chance to oust Sigismund and keep the nobility on his side, it has to be Jobst. How are you?
What do you...
Honestly, lad.
And who is this Jobst exactly?
He spent 20 years wrangling over Moravia with his brother, Prokop. When Wenceslas sent them to parley with... But this is no ancient...
Good. That was all I need.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
So, it looks like you're off on a...
Yes. I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be travelling as Lord Capon's body. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite...
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and...
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough.
That young man, Sir John...
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family, with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
That's about all.
Very well.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Come now, Hal. My men are mustered in the courtyard. We can get going.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Come get 'em!
Pretzels for you.
Love smell! Aren't they lovely? Carrots and apples picked today to put a smile on your face.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can we set off?
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Burgov is bound to be waiting as eagerly.
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord. What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggar's belief. Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lambert, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite them being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel. And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Burgov we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him. But I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him, and his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
God be with you, lad.
Well, young sir, what now? Shall we ride boldly forth to...
I never took you for a romantic soul. But, as it happens, a romantic soul is just what I need by my side right now.
What, here? Now? Aren't we leaving?
Ah, that's just the thing. Here we are, about to ride off into the unknown. Well, who knows what fate has in store for us? What if we should fall as heroes on the battlefield? How could I depart this world with a quiet heart, never having known true love?
I'm a little worried about you, sir. Aren't you getting overheated inside that armor?
Look, I can't just go off and get my head chopped off somewhere without first winning the heart of the girl I love. So are you gonna...
Well, affairs of the heart are what I do best. I'll be glad to help you. So what do you want me to do?
You, Hal, shall be my messenger of love. You shall bear her a letter and a gift from a secret admirer.
Why me? It's not like you to be bashful, Sir Hans. You can...
Certainly not. Carolina is different to the others. She was educated in a convent and needs to be handled with kid gloves. I must court her secretly. It's the latest fashion in France.
And who is this Carolina?
The fairest maid that ever walked the earth. Carolina. The butcher's daughter. You must have noticed the divine creature in the marketplace. Unless you're more...
Carolina, I do know her. She's a pretty girl, all right, but, well, a little below your station.
Love knows no station but the heart. Your task is simple. All you have to do is get hold of a necklace fine enough to grace her lovely neck. I did have one that I inherited from my great-grandmother.
What happened to it?
I lost it playing dice at the inn. But you'll get it back for me. You're a smart lad. I'm sure you'll figure out a way. And I'll...
Oh, all right then. Is there something else I should know about?
I lost it at dice in the Ledechko Tavern when I was there to see...
So, some dice player from Ledechko won your grandmother's valuable necklace. Haven't you learned anything from losing to Zdena, the bathhouse wench?
My great-grandmother's. And, as it happens, I have learned a trick or two. But that fellow has the luck of the devil. No doubt he'll still be sitting there, swindling other folk out of their hard-earned grub.
Oh, what's the use? All right, all right. I'll go to Ledechko.
Well, take care.
Yeah.
I hope I can be of help to you now. Played and won, lad. Fine noble he may be, but he can no more throw dice than I can...
I can't disagree with you there. But look here, have you still got that piece of jewellery?
No, I don't. Some noble rode through here and we had a game or two. Only them dice kept falling his way. I was lucky to keep my boots. He was waiting for someone here, but when they didn't show up by midday, he rode on. He mentioned something about camping by the bridge over the Sasau River. That one before the charcoal burners camp.
There aren't many fords along the river on the way to Sasau.
Fine gent he was, well dressed, on horseback. Had quite a lot to say. Seems he saw a bit of the world. And yeah.
You said they fell well for him?
Aye, no wonder. Fine.
That's all I need to know.
I'll be with you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Are you after something? I'm afraid my friend here won't tell you much.
Your friend? Oh, I'm very sorry. And, well, I don't want to be insensitive, but I was hoping to get something from him. My master's necklace, which he...
Your master? Who would that be?
Well, Sir Radzig Cobbler of Skalitz is my liege lord. I'm Henry, but just now, I'm helping Sir Hans Cape a private matter.
Those are weighty names in these parts. I'm Sir Anselm of Domkey, in the service of... Well, that's not important. That is... I'd like to ask you for...
I'm listening. Tell me what you know.
I will. And I'm sure it will help you find that necklace. The thing is, this is all my fault. I got held up on the way to meet Alphonse. By the time I got here, I found him... like this.
God.
Amen, lad. I was heartbroken and enraged by turns, tearing my hair and cursing. Alphonse was my good friend, and it pains me to know he was... I brought him into a certain business matter to negotiate with some people, and this is how it ended up. When I finally pulled myself together, I took a look around and found some tracks. I followed them to the camp of those very brigands that Alphonse was supposed to...
Nah, you can't trust anyone these days.
You can pass yourself off as Alphonse. Get into the bandits' camp and find that fucking murderer. And when you do, you'll find what you're looking for.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, no. They never saw him before. So whoever killed him surely took him for some passing...
Are you quite sure they don't know him?
Aye. He moved in altogether different circles, among decent people. So I reckon the best thing is for you to introduce yourself as Alphonse, have a snoop around, and come back to me. I'd do it if I could, lad. Only they know me, and I'm not on the best of terms with them. They'd most likely kill... Then the two...
Well, I hope I can avoid this. Is there anything else I should...
The main thing is to look and sound like a noble, not a peasant. A commoner. So
and how am I supposed to recognize...
Ask around. I don't reckon anyone will admit to stabbing him in his sleep, but... You might... Now that I think of it, they stole other valuables.
Silver is silver, though. I won't recognise anything. Didn't he have something unique? A signet ring?
No, not that I can... Oh, yes, he did. Dice. He had a set of dice made specially in Prague. It was his pride and joy. They were red and gold, bright and shiny. Not the kind of thing you'd overlook.
What can you...
Indeed. A few details should suffice. He was from Slaney.
Yeah, he sounds like a man of the world.
You can always change the subject. He was an ardent dice player, God forgive him. And he spent some time in Moravia on the service of Prokop of Luxembourg. But that was ages ago.
What was the purpose?
Look, Henry, you'd best avoid that subject if at all possible. Just find the murderer for me, get your necklace.
It'll be a bit hard to avoid that, since it was supposed to be the...
True. Well, Alphonse was supposed to talk Erhard into moving his robbing raids towards Benishov, especially holding up merchants' wagons heading for Prague. In return, he was to offer a reward of up to 12,000 groschen and safe haven in Pilgrim.
I see. So you work for someone in Pilgrims?
No, damn politics.
My word, the whole thing's...
So are you going to help me?
The thing is, frankly, I don't believe a word you've said. I reckon you killed him yourself, and you spun some nonsensical yarn, and now you try and send me right into your bandit cronies' camp to get my throat cut. Or would you murder me yourself while I sleep?
What in God's name are you saying? You doubt my honor?
I do.
Then you'll pay for it. And you'll confess.
Fuck! Missed!
Stop peaching.
Looks like he died without a struggle, maybe killed in his sleep. They took everything he had, money, jewellery, even his boots. Someone was searching for something here. Were they out to rob him of everything he had, or something in particular? Could it be someone was trying to get rid of something here?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Would I be right in assuming this is the encampment of Sir Erhard, Baron Bill?
You must be Sir Alphonse, eh? All the way from Prague, eh?
Not at all, Goodman.
Well, that's quite a haul. How?
As well as might be expected in these perilous...
Oh, aye. The roads ain't safe at all these days. There's all sorts of rabble waiting to rob unaware.
Indeed, indeed, I concur. One must...
Right then, but you'll have to wait a while. Sir Erhard is busy.
No matter, I shall...
But it's easy to pass the time here. There's always a dice game going on, with nice things being wagered.
Jewellery?
That's right. Just go and see old Blaha.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
Oh.
Have you been out of the...
Why would I? We...
I'm so hungry.
Why would they? There's water here, game in the woods, supplies enough.
Who are...
They call me Noggin. I'm Sir...
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. We're not hiding. We're just...
Well, couldn't you rest from your profession just as well in Sasau?
What's Sasau got that we don't have here?
Top life sure ain't easy.
That's all I need to know.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home. Fucking lice, fucking fleas. Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to it by now. I'll never get...
Can I have a word? What do you want? Can you tell me...
This place? It's been here as long as I can remember. I used to come here as a youngster to play with my mates. Anyway, one time I had to lie low for a bit, so I came here and ran into these gentlemen, who pay good coin when you bring them some wine and a bit of grub.
Why did you have to disappear?
Nothing terrible. Just that I was courting this one girl, only her old man and her brothers didn't take to me. Besides which, she was promised to some rich merchant. Once they had her married off, they forgot about me.
What's your story?
I ain't, true enough. I'm a local. I don't go raiding with them. When they're here, I just look out for them, bring them supplies and...
And what do you do when they're not here?
Whatever's needed. But being the go-between for them that set up the ambushes pays well. And you don't have to...
I'll leave you to it.
I just want to eat and sleep. Fuck.
Can I ask you something?
Ask away.
And how are things here?
We ain't allowed to leave. So I've been here the whole time. I don't mind though. There's always something to pack.
Sure ain't easy.
You're...
I am.
Well, just curious. This is quite an interesting...
You could put it that way.
Is that right?
Well, I was lying in wait for this wagoner, see? Because he'd been mouthing off about me, so I figured I'd take all he had for compensation. Anyway, I'm hiding there in the bushes, and I hear this wagon coming, so I jumped out to ambush him. Only it wasn't that wagoner, but some merchant. As soon as he saw me with my weapon drawn, he started screaming bloody murder, and next thing, his armed escort comes charging up, and I was the one ambushed. The
vexing indeed.
Aye. Anyway, they caught me and took me with them. They figured I was Sir Erhardt's spy, and they wanted me to lead them to him. Of course, I told them I didn't know what the fuck they were on about. So, while they were threatening to break me on the wheel, string me up and what have you, along comes the Baron with his merry band, and they lay into the soldiers and send them running for the hills. And ever since then, I've been riding.
That is quite an
Ain't it just? If it hadn't been for me, the fellows would have run straight into a trap and it'd all be up with them. So, it's on account of me, they're still alive.
That's all.
Fighting, never losing, robbing fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village streets, and
Can I ask you something?
Ask away. Rivers of blood.
Don't you leave the...
What are you trying to say? That we're shitting ourselves?
No. I was just wondering if you knew what's...
We come across hunters now and then, or pilgrims on the road. There are charcoal burners nearby. Sometimes they pass the time of day with us. But we've got no cause to cross the river. That's...
Fucking weather, fucking tent, fucking camp.
And why are you hiding?
I wouldn't call it hiding. We just have...
From what?
Things were getting a bit too hot for us. Nobody bothers us here, just as long as we don't show up.
Tell me something.
Why do you want to know? You want to spread the word about what a good dice...
Huh?
You know what they say. Curiosity killed the cat. But if you must know, they call me Berta.
Berta?
Ah, you heard of me, have you? The Scourge of Vlashim. No man who felt the edge of my axe lived to...
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
You're Mladotta, right?
I am.
Just curious. This is quite an interesting...
You could put it that.
I'm so hungry I can eat my boots.
You must tell me all about...
If you like.
That's all.
Rivers of blood and of bloody blood.
Sir Erhard has no time for you now.
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just remember, we're not some bunch of dirty bandits. This is the camp of a noble knight, so no unnecessary brawls, stabbings, or... Not that I need to explain that.
Quite.
Well, that also means a man might take offence at something and challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, very well. Can you...
What can I tell you? I can read and write a bit, and I help Sir Erhard out when he needs it. Although, I have to say, since the Baron took to robbing, there's not much work for me.
And what did he do before that?
What every landed noble does. He still had some estates and income from them, only he lost it all some years ago on account of debts. So he had to find some other...
How did he...
That was my doing. I heard from a scribe about some ownership feud that ended up badly for both sides. Since then, it's been left.
Oh, that's a shame.
Aye, the vagaries of fortune, eh? Times are harsh and what have you. It's always been that way and always will. How many folk will have no homes to return to? And how...
Amen to that. I was told I could have a game or...
Aye, he's got his hands full at the moment. You must be Sir Alphonse, eh? I'm Blaha, Sir Erhard's servant.
Including dice? It has come to my attention that there are interesting things being wagered.
True enough. We've got a fine pair of plate gauntlets, 2 necklaces, one of them's a lovely piece, a good sharp, some other things, I don't remember what. The custom here is if you want to play, you've got to wager.
Drink, annihilate, and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life.
Far be it from me.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
You want to play right away?
Why?
No beating. You'll play against Noggin now. He's not the...
Fuck.
a flood and a bloody flood.
No one to rob. Fucking boring. So tired.
I just want to eat and sleep and fuck. Fighting, never losing, robbing fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife, how sweet it is a robber's life. Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women from the village, drink the village and pillage. Running, wrecking, making strife, how sweet is a robber's life.
I'm so hungry, I could eat my boots.
Fucking weather, fucking tent, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit. Fucking camp. Had enough of this shit.
You're a fucking cheat. Sir,
I won't take any accusations from you.
Yeah.
Give me your call.
very well.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village.
I want to play.
They fell your way. You'll play Berta. He's a man, but they call him that for some reason.
I just want to eat and sleep and fuck.
tonight's your turn. What did you do before?
Well,
I want to play dodge.
They fell your way last time, and no mistake. You'll play against Mladotar. He's a bit...
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
I got a piss. Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit. Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home. Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit. I'm gonna get soaked.
Killing,
What else is
fighting,
there to
never
do here?
losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village, drink, annihilate, and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life. Should have stayed home.
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
Filth, stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
Fucking weather. Fucking camp. I ain't got none of this shit.
Why doesn't he go away? As far away as possible.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. piss.
So hungry I could eat my fruit.
Fucking lice. Fucking fleas.
Like it's the first time you got.
I want to play maybe this time. Then there's Pekuna. He's a local.
You wash
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here? Fucking weather, fucking tense, fucking calm. I've had enough of this shit.
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
I'm so hungry I could eat my food.
I'm so hungry I can eat my foot.
You get any extra beats? These are too small.
Sorry, I traded them for booze yesterday. You'll get new ones soon enough.
I'll take them off the first idiot that crosses our path.
With your luck, it's going to be a beggar monk with no shoes at all.
Why
Don't
must
even
you
say
be
that.
up here?
Seriously, I'd sooner go barefoot than after fighting these turd skins.
Hey!
So tired.
You cheated. Ah, a bit of fun for a change. The last fella I killed didn't.
Kill it. Fucking whores and boozing. Take the women.
I'm in no mood for talk.
You beasts!
What the hell was that?
You'll get full. I'll find you, you cur.
What's the matter?
Can't...
Come on.
Go weak at the knees, have You'll get full.
Hell with you! Christ! You know you've got! Come here, lady liver!
You call that good?
Well landed. Is that the best you can do?
Bugger!
Oh dear, did that hurt?
You fucked up!
What's the matter?
I give up! You'll get what for!
I was told I could...
Aye. True enough. Some other thing.
Far be it from me to dis...
Thank you.
Thanks.
You want to play right?
Why, well...
No beating. You'll play against...
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood. Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here? What a shitty day. I ain't a bit scratched me up.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me on. Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
I was a sentry at that time, but they came to me, so I joined up with this one. Sentry? You're having me on. No, it's true. And now it's your turn. What did you do before? Well...
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
You hear that, lad? He made gallows for the monks to shove them up their arses.
Fucking lice. Fucking fleas. Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to itching by now.
I'll never get used to this.
Try washing yourself once in a while.
You wash yourself. My granddad's brother drowned painting in a pond. I'm not taking the risk. Only wash when it's raining.
They must be chasing women away with a stick.
You bet. They can smell a true man.
You're a fucking cheat.
Fucking weather, fucking tank.
I won't take any act.
I'm so hungry I can eat my boots.
You're better than I expected. I yield.
What a shitty mind, though. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
Give me your coin.
Very well.
I want to play.
They fell your. You'll play Bert.
What you used to do before all this? Yeah. I'm gonna get sucked. What else? A century of my time. They made chicken. So I joined the No, it's true. What a pity. Now it's your turn. What did you do before? Candles for a monastery. What? You hear that, lad? He made candles so the monks could shove them up their arses. Rivers of blood and of bloody blood.
What a she did. I
Stink
need
everywhere.
a good scrap to cheer
Should have
me
stayed
up.
home. Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking, whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village. Drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life. Just wanna eat, sleep. But killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village. Drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life. No one robbed. Fucking killing.
What a she did. I need a good scrap to cheer me up. Camp life sure ain't easy. Look.
I want to play.
They fell your. You'll play against.
You can go and see Sir Erhard.
sure ain't easy. There are fuck things everywhere. Couldn't stay there.
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
Fucking lice. Fucking fleas.
Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to it, Jim, by now.
I'll never get used to it.
Try washing yourself once in a while.
You wash yourself. My granddad's brother drowned bathed in a pond. I'm not taking the risk. I only wash when it's raining.
You must be chasing women away with a stick.
Tell it through, man.
Gotta piss.
The blessing of our Lord Jesus Christ upon you, Baron Belevets. I'm honored to make your...
The pleasure is mine, sir. We haven't had any interesting visitors here for a long time, and I'm keen to hear what news you...
Indeed, we certainly have much...
Good. And
long and somewhat fatiguing.
Ah, would you rather put off our talks until later?
If you wouldn't mind, I would rather postpone our talks until later.
Of course, I quite understand. Go and get some rest then. We'll meet later and thrash everything out.
What's going on here anyway?
Haven't you ever been in the camp of a merry band?
Never quite this merry.
They've got their loot.
Well, they seem very fond of their dice.
Aye. They always play the same way. Every player bets his more. Although it's a long time since anyone got killed. You do that, handsome. It'd be a shame to spoil.
I want to play dice.
They fell your way last. Then there's Pecuna.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.